This has been the final straw for some Laker fans. After an abysmal Game 3 performance, D'Angelo Russell was seen in a viral clip away from the team huddle, kind of on his own doing whatever, but this has a lot of people upset, and rightfully so, because there is no more excuses now. What's good, y'all, and welcome to another Lakers Digest video. I'm your host, Okechi Apakama, and before we get into everything that we have for you for today's video, I want to bring your attention to something. There is 75% of you guys who have recently watched our videos who are not subscribed to the channel just yet, and if you guys want more of that Laker news, like reactions, trade rumors, game recaps, just every and all things LA Lakers, you guys want to come right here to Lakers Digest so you guys do not miss any updates. Now, with that out the way, let's hop straight into essentially the elephant of the room as what was D'Lo's questionable actions there, not only in the closing moments, but just the whole Game 3 in totality, as D'Angelo Russell probably had one of his worst playoff performances, which is saying a lot after having the series he had last season against the Denver Nuggets, and he was 0-4, didn't make any shots, only had 2 assists in 24 minutes played. And in the closing moments of the Lakers game, he was caught off the side of the Lakers bench while not amongst the huddle. And while that is common, especially if you're not in the game and not really doing too much, but like it is very unsettling to see, especially when he's a guy that is seen as one of the leaders on the team, one of the guys to help some of the younger guys that are not LeBron James and Anthony Davis. And to see this after talking essentially all throughout the season that he wanted the smoke, that he was going to come back, be better, and having some of those results, especially during that January period where he started to pick up his play amongst the trade rumors, and then he started to play extremely good basketball for the Los Angeles Lakers and was really the difference maker in their shot making in the second half of the season. And to come out with this type of performance, it has really been upsetting for Laker fans. I know for myself, I am just disappointed, not really angry, just disappointed, just because there was so much good leading up to this moment, and then to have it kind of like falter and flutter like this in a very big and important Game 3 is just, like I said, just very disappointing to see. And D'Angelo Russell, I know he obviously doesn't want to play like that, but when the results are the results, it is very hard to argue that he might not be just a playoff performer in these high leverage situations. Maybe he is more of a regular season player. Maybe he isn't the guy that we thought that he could be. And that is kind of just going through all Laker fans' minds right now. And for that moment right there, that was kind of the last straw for some people, as there was a report that earlier that said that he could opt out and moved on. So there's a lot of questions now surrounding the Lakers, as they still got one more game left, obviously, in the series on Saturday night against the Nuggets. But we'll see if the Lakers are able to get at least one game in this one and just, win one for the fans, because to really lose 11 straight consecutive to the same Denver Nuggets team is just unnatural for most Laker fans, really, because they're used to being the ones to dominating on certain teams, and we're the ones used to being better than just these other teams and cities. But Denver has our number, and there's not really any getting around it, as the Lakers haven't won a game since Russell Westbrook was on the team. So with actions like this, it really has some people wondering what's next. And while, like I said, there is still that Game 4 the Lakers have, hopefully they're able to win that one for the fans and give them something to cheer for, and then we'll see what happens in Game 5. But as far as the offseason goes, D'Angelo Russell has already probably stated, probably through his agents and just other sources, that he plans to opt out and become a free agent, according to Brian Windhorst. So we'll see what happens on that front, of what other teams will be gauging some type of interest on him, because he did have a very good regular season, and it just hasn't really translated to playoff success. And it's just very unfortunate that this happened. Like I said, I'm not like mad at this happening. It's just disappointing to see, because you hoped that so much better would happen for D'Angelo Russell. He's a guy that was drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers, was really deemed as a guy who could be like the next man up point guard, and then he was traded away. But then I said this yesterday in the video that I put out, that he was traded away, and then he really matured and became a lot better as a player, came back to the Lakers, was really kind of like found money for us, as he showed that he can be a high volume 3-point shooter and make them at a high rate. And then just he had that bad Denver series last year, and then he really had a bounce back regular season, I think, especially from January on, and then now to putting his output in the playoffs. While he did have a great game 2, it didn't really hasn't really matched up in the series totality, just because in games 1 and 3 he has just been abysmal, and it's really hindered the Lakers offense and their chances to really make strides in this series against the Denver Nuggets, as the Lakers needed to be near perfect in this series, and they needed all the weapons they can get from their players. LeBron James and Anthony Davis are doing what they usually do in these high leverage moments, and they're putting up the numbers, they're putting up the stats, they're really helping the Lakers stay in these games. But the rest of the role players, which has kind of been the story, is they haven't been giving enough. So in that last game there for the Lakers, while they were able to hold Jokic and Murray to not too many points there, just 40, and LeBron and AD had 53 themselves, the rest of the Lakers starters only had 17 points, and then the Nuggets starters had 49 points. So the disparity from the stars of the Lakers and then the role players of the Nuggets compared to the Lakers role players, it's just really a vast difference in the series, and guys like Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., and KCP have all been putting in very good games for the Denver Nuggets, and then it hasn't really matched up the same with guys like Rui Hachimura, who's kind of been very underwhelming in the series, D'Angelo Russell, who had that one nice game, and then Austin Reaves. While I don't really try to blame him for too much here, as he's been a guy who's been guarding Jamal Murray, and he's been doing a pretty good job for somebody of his caliber to be doing. Jamal Murray hasn't shot the ball particularly well in this series. Obviously, he had that big game-winning shot in Game 2, but for the most part, Jamal Murray has been working to get his shots, and all the shots that he has been hitting has been very tough shots, and that's what a guy like him is going to do. So Austin Reaves is doing the best he can on his part, and then the offense is still kind of slowly coming around, but this is just kind of, well, like I said in the previous video, just one too many problems, and it's not one solution. So it's very hard for people to see like an action like D'Angelo Russell and see like, oh look, we get absolutely nothing from him, and then he's the problem and all the problem. But obviously he's not. He's just one aspect of it. Him not playing well is a symptom of other things that have culminated to this moment, really, for the Los Angeles Lakers. So we'll see what they're able to do on Game 4, if they're able to rally one for the fans, especially on that home floor there. You don't want to give those Laker fans a bad taste to go into the off season. So we'll see what the Lakers are able to do, but let us know what you guys think in the comments down below of what you think of D'Angelo Russell, and do you think he should be back for the Los Angeles Lakers, or do you think he just won't ever live up to being a playoff performer in the highest moments? Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. I have been your host, Okechi Apakama, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.